What's up, everybody? It's Erin.
And Nicole, this is Dude That's Fucked Up, the podcast.
Hello.
Wow. We're in your ear holes and maybe your eye holes, too.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Not for us.
No, we're chilling.
We're
my
chilling.
God. I hope you're all doing well out there and, get ready for another dumb episode.
Oh. Wow. This month.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating.
No, it's great. Also, I feel like we've already picked some topics for this month that are just like so dumb and fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this is a good reminder that if anyone listening has an idea for a topic for us, please DM it to us or message us on our website.
Yep.
Because we will look at what it is that you've sent, and we will consider it strongly. We have like a whole backlog.
Yeah, we have a ton of suggestions that we still need to circle back on. Like that if one like tickles us like from the get-go, we're going to do this right now.
Yeah. We'll just like put it to the top of the queue.
Yeah. This topic, I'll talk about in a little bit. I was reading just random stuff and oh boy, this really caught my interest. So, but yeah, shoot us a note on our website if you do have a suggestion for a topic. It's DTFUpodcast.com. There's a little. But
tonight's a BYOT. Bring your own topic because you brought it.
Yeah. This is a news article that like popped up in my feed, my algorithm.
Yeah.
And it really
you.
It got under my skin.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Lots of skin stuff. Oh my God.
But yeah, so shoot us a note if you want. Go to rate us and review. That's a good way for people to find us.
Yeah.
That, or, suggest a episode to a friend.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And they'll love it if it's coming from their friend.
Yeah. We love. Yeah. I think that's like anytime I listen to something new, it's like somebody's like, this is something that you will love. And
yeah. Don't hype it up too much.
No,
just
no.
enough. Just enough.
Enough.
Hey, I thought you'd like this. It seems up your alley. Not like, oh my God, you're gonna love this.
Yeah, because like, what if they don't? And they're like,
yeah. I feel like there's a sweet spot for recommending something to a friend.
Yeah.
You can't push it too hard because then they go too high of expectations, and we all know what Erin says about expectations.
Manage them. That's right.
By not having any. No.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Keep them. Be ambivalent about.
Keep them high and tight.
Yeah.
Keep them medium and tight.
Yeah. Keep them
loose. No, keep them low and loose.
Yeah, keep them low and loose. Let them flow free.
Yeah, it's the opposite of high and tight.
Yeah.
Buttholes high and tight, expectations low and loose. That's what we like to see.
That's right.
Okay, well, you were speaking of skins. I do want to say I went to the dermatologist, unless we have any other biz.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I went to the dermatologist like yesterday. I had to get my Botox and I get my moles checked. I have a lot of moles. I'm a very mole heavy person.
Holy moly. Holy
moly, am I moly? Holy cannoli. I'm Italian and I'm moly. Put that on my headstone. Okay.
I got like a medium amount of moles.
You went medium to light on the moles. Well,
yeah.
I went heavy. I said extra moles.
I know moles are extra.
I pay extra for extra moles.
Yeah.
And I double the meat. Yeah. All right. Okay, so I was at the dermatologist and she was like, okay, this is the best compliment. You're going to love it. And it's like, you're going to be like, duh, of course.
Yeah.
Because she was like, oh, like, do you have any moles you're worried about? Oh, P.S. Wait first. Oh my God.
No.
Okay. I really panicked because they leave you in the room with the gown.
Yeah.
And at first I put it on facing open to the front.
Like,
the lady said, you can leave your underwear on and then put on the gown. I said, okay. And I put it on open to the front. And then I was like, this isn't a mammogram. And most of the moles are on my back. Why would I have like just my titties out, you know?
Yeah.
So then they walk in, and I'm also remembering the last time I did this, I took off my underwear and left it open to the front. Okay.
They're like, this is not the gynecologist.
They didn't say anything. So this time I'm like panicking. Right before they come in, I move it around so it's open to the back. And I'm like, okay. And I have my underwear on, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm okay. And then they walk in, and I go, I panicked. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to have it open to the front or the back. And they go, the back. But, you know, we work with whatever. And in that moment, I'm like, they fully didn't tell me the last time I was here. I was fully naked with it open to the front. And when she was checking, like, everything, you know, I have moles everywhere. Like, my pubes were just, like, everything was just out. Full in my dermatologist's face. She's not used to that.
No, she is.
Yeah, she might be.
She definitely is.
Oh my God, I felt so bad. But okay, anyway, so I did it right this time. Thank goodness. And also the way they check, like she like just lifted my boobs. Like she was just like lifting them, moving them. And I was like, oh, but usually I feel like they tell you like, okay, I'm going to check under your breasts. But she just was like flopping my titties around.
Yeah, you're a hunk of meat, babe.
I know, double meat. Yeah. And so extra moly.
She got your double meats in her hands, and she's looking for those moles, babe.
It was so, I've never felt more like just a bag of skin. Anyway, here's the compliment. So she was like, oh, do you have any like you're concerned about? And I was like, oh, just this one. It's like I've like accidentally scraped it like with my finger, and like and then it was itchy. But itchy moles are bad. But like, you know, I wasn't sure if it was because I scraped it. And she was checking it. She's like, no, it's okay. And she's like, do you go outside a lot? And I was like, no. And I said, but when I do, I wear sunscreen. And she goes, you know what? A lot of people come in here and they're like, yeah, I wear sunscreen. And I go, really? I can tell. But with you, I can tell. And I was like, oh, thank you.
She's like, bitch, you are white as hell.
She was like, yeah. And my skin is pristine, you know? Like, it's not even just that I'm white. It's like, I avoid the sun at all costs, ma'am. Even in the car. I've started putting it on my hands. And then I was like, I do wish I would have been putting it on my hands because I feel like they're aging way faster now than my face and neck. Yeah. And so whatever, you know, their hands. I don't really care as much. But yeah, anyway, I just thought that was like the best compliment because like my skin is staying youthful because of sunscreen. So this is your reminder again. If you're in the car, even if you're sitting by a window, wear sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
It will keep you young and fresh and supple.
1,000%. And you know what you can do if you like aren't used to putting sunscreen on is like buy a BB cream or something that has SPF in it, or you could get a little like non-comedogenic like Neutrogena, squirt that in your hand and put it on with your body lotion, like mix it up, like so
I have the Super Goop like play for my body, and I use their unseen sunscreen for my face.
Yep, I use their it's
so
face
good.
cream
every day. But the body one, great. It's in this huge fucking pump. It's just right next to the sink. You just slather that on when you're about to leave the house. It's great.
That's right.
Put one by the door. It's good to go, and it lasts forever.
Forever. Yeah.
So that's my little plug. And also, we don't all have millions and millions of dollars to spend on fucking skin resurfacing and shit.
Yeah, reversing the signs of aging, getting laser peels or whatever the fuck is, people are doing.
Yeah, but getting skin grafts from your butt to your face. People probably do that because that skin is untouched. That is, I mean, my butt skin is probably 15 years old. You know what I mean? Like compared to my face.
I have the ass of a 15-year-old.
No. I don't, muscularly, no. Like in all the other ways, no, but that skin, 5 years old. It's a baby. It's still, really, I think, probably. I'll have to ask
for you. Good for you. Oh, man. Well, some people are out here paying crazy amounts of money to get their entire bodies high and tight back to how it was, when they were 18 years old. Case in point, this man named Bryan Johnson. Whew. Okay, he is an extreme case of just like really, this is a midlife crisis. Okay.
I know. For anyone like immediately thinking, oh, Bryan Johnson of AC/DC, like the lead singer that replaced the first guy. No. Believe it or not, Bryan Johnson is not a unique name. There are multiple Bryan Johnsons on this planet.
So many of them. So many of them.
There might be a lot. Okay.
This particular Bryan Johnson spells his name with a Y because he's like so cool. No, this guy, Bryan Johnson, is a middle-aged, ultra-wealthy software entrepreneur who has more than 30 doctors and health experts monitoring his every bodily function.
Oh, my God.
And he's doing this because he is actively working on making himself into a guinea pig to figure out how to reverse aging in his own body. Like not just his skin, all his organs in his body. He wants to reverse any kind of, he's 45 years old. He wants to get everything back. He wants to rewind the clock and get himself his entire system basically of his fucking flesh and blood back to what it was when he was 18 years old. So
dude, it's we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So this team that he has is led by a 29-year-old regenerative medicine physician, Oliver Zollman, who has committed to helping this man. I mean, okay,
committed, red. Being
AKA
paid.
Being paid. Yeah.
An astronomical amount.
Being paid by this multi-millionaire to be on the team to help reverse the aging process in every one of Johnson's organs.
Honestly, red flag for me. 29 years old, right off the bat. I don't know if I would trust a 29-year-old. They only know youth. They've only ever known youth. Like they don't.
Give me somebody in their 40s at least.
At least their brain's done forming. Like
and not recently. Like
right. Like it's been like they have a couple decades under their belt in terms of brain formation. It's not just a couple of months.
Yeah. But whatever. That's
whatever.
It's good. It's fine.
Not to say he's not doing a good job.
No, it sounds like he's doing some really interesting stuff with Bryan Johnson here. Bryan is on track to spend at least $2 million on his body. He wants to have the brain, the heart, the lungs, the liver, the kidneys, tendons, teeth, skin, hair, bladder, penis, and rectum. I don't know. Who gives a fuck about your...
Well,
I know.
Once hemorrhoids kick in, I go, oh, I would have liked the asshole of my youth,
That's true.
Because now you don't know. No one tells you. No one warns you.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, you don't know. But this is the thing. This is the benefit of having age on your side is that you know what it was to be young and what that
and appreciate it and
be like, I want to go back to that. I want to rewind. So like, I get it. But he wants to have all of these things back to what it was when he, that of an 18-year-old. Maybe not when he was 18. Who knows what he was like when he was 18. But just like an average, youthful human.
Yeah. Man, we thought it's like I hated my body at 18, but what I wouldn't give, and that's the thing. Youth is wasted on the young.
That's
so
right.
There is something about this where it's like, what if you could be youthful when you had the brain to like appreciate it? Oh, I get it. I guess it seems like a lot.
I mean, I just want to say to this man, please just go to fucking therapy.
Yeah, way cheaper.
It's okay, man.
Learn,
all right.
Love where you are. Love where you're at right now.
Yeah. Well, he's not. He's He's an intense dude, and he has a can't stop, won't stop attitude about getting himself back, rewinding the clock.
Clearly, this man not only has money, he's got time. Because
I mean, that's the thing when you have a lot of money is you get bored.
Yeah,
okay?
He's like shopping, not into it. Like extreme sports, been there, done that, or don't want to fuck up my body even more. So he's like, let me see if I can just like eat my way through these smoothies and find eternal youth, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing about this is that there's one huge flaw to this logic of just like fine tuning your body is that you're not accounting for living.
Yo,
you know?
He's not living.
No, he's not living. He basically he's doing the most. So Bryan Johnson and his Dr. Zolman and the rest of his team are almost 2 years into all these experiments, which they collectively call Project Blueprint. And it includes strict guidelines, which he follows religiously every single day. So,
dude, you thought like a gym bros regimen was strict? Like, let me eat this flavorless chicken and brown rice. Let me get up at like 6 a.m., go to the gym. You know, like whatever. Only drink Michelob Ultras. Like whatever. You want to live that life, you can live that life. But this guy is like, he's like, hold my Michelob Ultra. I'll show you how to do this.
He's like, hold my barley water. He wakes up at 5 a.m. every single day and takes 24 supplements at least. Who's to say? It fluctuates depending on like what levels his body's at because he monitors everything. We'll get to that later.
It's bespoke.
He gets up and he eats throughout the day. He eats exactly 1,977 vegan calories every day. And a lot of it's blended into a paste because, of course.
Why? Because you burn too many calories chewing? Like,
honestly, I think that might be. I have no idea. Or like the ideal,
it's like optimal performance, get it in as quickly with like as little resistance as possible.
Yeah, it helps his digestion or whatever.
Oh, and maybe that's related to like colon health and stuff or something.
Yeah,
like
could be. Who's to say? He also exercises an hour a day and then does high intensity workouts, like HIIT workouts 3 times a week.
Yeah.
He goes to sleep at the same time every single night after he does like a anti blue light blocking therapy kind of thing.
Yeah,
like
the blue blockers.
Yeah, the glasses that block screen blue light.
Not the 90s blue blockers with the rap commercial. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then he, I guess in the interest of fine-tuning this program and I guess for being as scientific as possible about all this, he constantly monitors his vital signs. I'm not kidding. This man cannot fart without a data point being collected. Like, how loud was it? What did it smell like? How long after you ate the fucking paste did it take the toot to pop out?
Wait. Farts are vitals? Nobody's checking my farts when I go to the doctor's office.
Are you a multi-millionaire? No.
No, I'm going to tell my doctor next time I see her. I'm going to say, I'm a little worried because you check my pulse and you check my blood pressure when I'm in here, but nary a fart.
No. I'm not even kidding. This is like the level this guy is at. He has taken over 33,537 images of his bowels. Yeah.
How much are they changing day to day?
Dude, this is extreme. This is like, I don't know what kind of, I don't know where this rates on the like
crazy scale.
Yeah. Like on the, at what point do we say this is a actual disorder of some sort?
Yeah. Like he's like deathly afraid of getting colon cancer or something.
But like, okay, we'll talk more about it.
Okay,
so he monitors. He has that many images of his bowels, and he monitors everything from his bone weight to his number of nighttime erections.
Oh.
So I think it's pretty possible that he does monitor his farts.
Oh, I thought he really did. You're saying it as a joke?
I was saying it as a joke, but I think it might be real. I think it might be real.
I think it's got to be real. If they're catching boners, they're catching farts. They're not that far away. You know,
why wouldn't they? You know,
the camera's picking it up. It's like all I'm seeing.
I feel like he should just leave like a Nest cam in his bowels.
I think he does. Like, I think all I'm seeing is like every day there's like people in a lab going over the footage, and it's like that Paranormal Activity movie.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but it's like zoomed in on just like boners and farts. Like they have to measure like when
they have like an infrared camera and shit. And like,
yeah. And they measure like when the duvet goes.
Yeah,
but, you know, if it's like a quick little bump, that's a fart. If it's a longer bump, that's a boner.
No, they have the infrared so they can see the heat from the toot and the blood rush to the penis. You know.
Oh my God! And they're color coded in case both happen at the same time. They can,
they are, baby.
Isolate it.
It's like one goes down and the other. Like his boner goes down and the toot comes out. It's like a seesaw of
activity.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Who knows what his team of doctors are seeing? It is truly wild.
Dude, he's also microdosing lithium, which this relates for me back to this like fart boner combo because he like. I guess if you're going to have people knowing if you potentially distrusted a fart, you know what I mean? Like if a little shit came out and there's people who are like cataloging that somewhere in a lab and you're paying them, I got to be high. Like,
absolutely.
I'm not living my life knowing that there's a room of people who are like, shouldn't have trusted that one. And they put it, there's like a tally on the wall. It's like a fun employee pool. It's like, oh, he sharded.
But here's the thing. If you have such a regimented diet and like everything about what you do, like everything starts to become predictable, right? There's no outlying factors.
Yeah, but hubris.
True.
You don't know how you're going to feel on a given day. And like maybe they didn't trust it the day before, but maybe today they're like,
who's to say? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
This is all just so much.
Oh my God.
So like I said, he's been doing this for all of this for nearly 2 years now. And his team of doctors say it's starting to pay off because he and his team claim that he has reduced his overall biological age by more than 5 years. And now he has the heart of a 37-year-old, the skin of a 28-year-old, and the lung capacity and fitness of an 18-year-old.
Oh.
He also looks exactly like the character Data from Star Trek. Like straight up Uncanny Valley, Madame Tussauds looking motherfucker. This guy is so waxy. So creepy looking.
He's so shiny and tight. Like, it's I also was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting Rickrolled because he looks like very much like Rick Astley. Also, like,
yeah, kind of.
But then also he looks like Heath Ledger when he talks. So then I'm like, are they just making this man from parts at this point? Like, what do we not know?
Is this like a Heath Ledger? Okay.
Well,
he just has this like
he has
really
Heath Ledger like mouth or something. Like there was something about him that was like, oh, he's like a little Heath Ledger, but like not in an attractive way like Heath Ledger was. It's like in a weird, I don't know.
If like AI tried to like create
make an
attractive
person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With using all different people's like features. Yeah. Because it's like, is he made from parts now? Because I don't know. Something is off.
It's very, and it's so crazy too to look at what like pictures of what he looked like when, like before he started doing this whole thing. Like, it's, you can't say he looks bad, but he looked like more of a regular human
before. Yeah.
He's becoming dolphin-like somehow. I don't know.
I know. Dude, I think it's all the salve on his face because they're like trying to like save his skin and it's like very wet. And it's just like, But okay, he does not look 45.
No. It's weird.
He does not. He looks younger than that. And also fucking.
But like not in a good way, you know?
In a rich person way. He looks not 45. Like,
sure.
He also looks like he's had work done. But,
of course, because he has. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, that's why I think it's like everything they're doing plus the work is like merging in this uncanny valley area of a human.
Yeah.
Which, whatever, if he likes the way he looks, good for him.
Sure.
I'm more impressed about the fitness of an 18-year-old because I've never known that. Like, even at 18, I did not have the fitness of an 18-year-old. and I read he has the gum inflammation of a 17-year-old.
Yeah, he has like, so the thing he does, this whole entire protocol that he follows every day, like, is... The interesting thing about this is it's all available online. All of his results are posted. It's all very transparent. And it's interesting and it raises a lot of like, I don't know, like if philosophical for me is, if I'm
ethical.
Quite there, ethical for sure. But like, I guess for me, my biggest question, is he a weird rich guy or an altruistic human dedicating his body to science? And I think maybe it's both. A little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's weird. So I do appreciate the fact that a lot of the stuff that he has done and the whole process is available on the website. I think it's the
Do you want to
.com?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think the blueprint.com. I grabbed some of his stats a little bit lower in our notes if we want to talk just like very quickly. It just like has a snapshot of the basics. So like we already talked about, he is 45 years old, but his measured age is 42.5. That's like his average age. So his pace of aging is 0.76 because he's aging.
He's not aging at a year.
Rate. Yeah. Right. Which is pretty wild. And then it shows like how much they've reduced it and like, during what time periods. And then it's like, he has 7.1% body fat, 4.9 or 4.3% bone mass, 60.2%, water, like body water, his daily caloric intake. He fasts 16 to 18 hours a day. He eats 70 pounds of vegetables monthly. So it just has like more stats than you'd get from like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or whatever.
Sure.
Which is like his point.
Yeah. It's fascinating. I mean, so, and by making all this information available and how it's actually affected his overall health, I think is important because it does make it so that it's available to the average person, like this information or like, but of course you don't want to undertake something like this without consulting a healthcare professional.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Or multiple. Yeah.
Multiple. But I just mean like, it's not bullshit. It's not just like drink this elixir and you'll lose 15 pounds. It's like, this is hard work. And this is a lot of, obviously what he's doing is not accessible to the average person. However, his hope is that it can be eventually once, more studies and more rigorous like information is available to the public. So basically, so I think he's a little bit of both of like this weird rich guy / altruistic dude. Maybe. Sure. I don't know if altruistic. I think that might be a little generous.
Yeah.
But he has, in form and function, he has dedicated his body to science.
Yeah.
So.
He's just a walking like data capture at this point.
Yeah, for sure. He's by allowing all these tests to be run on him daily. pretty much. It's fascinating that there is now a wealth of information about the human body in this way.
And it's not that all this stuff isn't attainable. Like a lot of what he's doing, is like proving that a vegan diet, like you can be sustained and healthy on a vegan diet, and like, not that these studies don't already exist, but it's like showing people, look, like even your heart health is bettered when you eat healthier, get enough sleep. Like, again, with things we already know, but there is something I like that he's being transparent about all that stuff.
For sure. Also, though, there is a risk, though, that he does take. Well, not even a risk. I think the average person could take a risk in, like, getting too low in their body fat, which he has done before.
Yeah.
But that's why he has a team of doctors to, like,
to be like, ding, ding, ding. The bells go off, and it's like your fat's under.
Yeah, you're going to have, now your heart's going to be affected if you lose too much weight.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So anyway, so clearly this guy is obsessed with anti-aging, and he has the means to do some pretty interesting stuff to try to reverse some of the effects of time. But how is this guy different than like Peter Thiel or any other Silicon Valley billionaire who's bored and riding the wave of this extreme body reprogramming, which is like a thing now in Silicon Valley? Like, this is like body, like biohacking. It's not biohacking per se, but it's like now people are like trying to figure out how to most efficiently maximize the human body and make it work like a machine in more ways than one, I guess.
It's like part boredom, part ego, and like panic that you're gonna die at some point.
Yeah. Peter Thiel, by the way, we've talked about him before. He's a real piece of shit.
He has human blood bags.
Yeah, and he's like a huge Trump supporter and just like really, really self-loathing.
He killed Gawker.
Yeah, he killed Gawker. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He has said, quote, "I've always had this really strong sense that death was a terrible, terrible thing." End quote. Sir, that's probably because you're going to hell. Because you're such a fucking chode.
Yeah.
So that's why he has a deep-seated fear, like a primal fear of dying. And that's all there is to his, shit, I think.
You know why? You can't take your money with you.
That's right.
And that's the only thing that makes him desirable on this planet.
That is his entire personality.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Bryan Johnson's motivations are probably a little bit more nuanced and deeper than simply being afraid of death and dying.
Again, Bryan Johnson, not of AC/DC. I just want to be clear.
Yeah, we know. We're good. Yeah.
Also, maybe he wants to look into this because like he's like losing his hearing. If they could like reverse his hearing, maybe they could tour again before they die. So also maybe he should talk to the other Bryan Johnsons more often, see what they're doing with their lives.
Yeah, well, this Bryan Johnson has actually done some like therapies to help reverse this. I did not know that this even existed, like that you can do like sound therapy to reverse hearing loss. Yeah, some hearing loss
he had from a kid going to like a gun range or something.
Yeah, from hunting when he was like a kid.
He
would, like you would hold the gun on one side of your body and like that
he probably wasn't wearing
he wasn't wearing
covers.
So anyway, so Bryan Johnson probably has like a little bit more going on under the hood as far as like his motivations for wanting to do this.
Sure.
He said, quote, "If you say that you want to live forever or defeat aging, that's bad. It's a rich person thing. If it's more akin to a professional sport, it's entertainment. It has the virtues of establishing standards and protocols. It benefits everyone in a systemic way."
Huh.
Which, okay. If that's where you get your, like, joie de vivre, then, like, fine.
But you just can't be shallow about it, is what he's, like, saying. Just don't be shallow about it. If you're like, this is how I fine-tune my instrument, then it's fine. But if you're like, I just want to look good, then people are going to be judgmental. I'm judgmental either way. Surprise.
Well, but he is saying like he wants other people to benefit from it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. He also said, okay, I thought this was interesting. What I do may sound extreme, but I'm trying to prove that self-harm and decay are not inevitable. And this actually made me think, and it kind of goes back to like what my dermatologist said about like sun exposure and stuff, because it is true that like we accept that we're going to age in ways that are like some of the ways that we age, we just accept as being inevitable. But really, they're not inevitable. Like, there's a bunch of shit that we just account for, quote unquote, that are preventable to some degree. Like, you know, like, oh, if you are a drinker, you're going to age this much. Okay, well, like, you can not drink, and then you won't age that much. Sun exposure, like your diet, if you have a sedentary lifestyle and stuff like that. So I was like, whoa, I've never really thought of that. There's just some things we kind of accept. But like,
I mean, it is inevitable though, because our body
aging is inevitable.
Aging is inevitable. But
but like he's saying that there are self-harm. Yeah. There is self-harm and decay that comes from things that are not inevitable. That
are not environmental, that are like that are
that are not natural. That come from more of our environment.
Sure.
And I think that's really interesting.
Yeah. It is pretty. It's pretty fascinating, and I think there's so many people in this space now who have this same kind of philosophy about aging and anti-aging and prolonging your life, like wanting to figure out ways to get human beings to live for much longer than our life expectancy is currently.
Yeah. I mean, even just quality of life, right? Like this is like all of this isn't just cosmetic. It's, they're taking pictures of his asshole, not for fun. It's like because like that's a place that maybe based on your lifestyle, you could get polyps and cancers and all this stuff, And so, and it is very much based in your lifestyle. And I find it very fascinating that his entire impetus for this project was from participating in and benefiting from capitalism. Like,
of course.
So in his 30s, he had created a payment processing company called Braintree Payment Solutions, LLC. And it was huge success. But obviously, like, because he was the founder of this company, his hours were insane. He was super stressed all the time, worked way too much. And he was very overweight and he got very depressed. And I think he was like bordering on thinking of like unaliving himself. So he sold the business to eBay in 2013 for $800 million, which is why he's able to fucking fund this shit.
Yeah, Braintree, his company, was the one that bought Venmo. And then so he owned basically
for a period of time.
Yeah, and then eBay bought it.
Bought it. Yeah, so he got a ton of money and then he started getting way more interested in like, the biology of like just of life and of his own body and stuff. And so then he founded a biotech focused venture firm called OS Fund. And then they acquired a company called Kernel, which they make helmets that analyze brain activity to learn more about like when people meditate, like the positive effects it has on brains, and like when they take hallucinogens, we said he takes lithium. I don't know is that a hallucinogen? No, but like mushrooms and shit. Yeah. LSD. Like how the positive effects it has on the brain, or like how it can help the brain think about pain differently and like treat chronic pain and stuff. So he got like super, super deep into all this stuff. And it's fascinating to me that like his job before was so stressful and he found himself in such a place with all this money and feeling like shit that like he turned to this. And we're just at a point in society, I feel like, where we're starting to learn like how horrible stress is in terms of aging you, not physically, not just physically, but just like how much time it takes off your life, like
how it manifests in different people,
manifests in like different pain and illness and all this stuff. Like we're making ourselves sick in some ways, you know? And so like, yeah, it's just really, this is where it is a bit altruistic in some way. Like it was self-serving, but then it's like he knows this is a problem for anybody who's working. So
it's a win-win situation. I mean, and you know, it's like he can delve into his own, you know, deepest compulsion to like do what he wants to do in the anti-aging space and to his own body, but also it's being monitored and like could be useful for other people in other, you know, other situations. So it's fascinating.
It could be useful for his son. He has a son, 17 years old. Like maybe this is a legacy that he's leaving for his son, you know, to carry on and like this be all interested in. I thought it was very fun because I think he lives in Venice, like California, Venice Beach, which is like a huge like startup, like Silicon Valley money like place nowadays. It's not really the artsy place that it used to be. There's a little bit of that still, but it's like very gentrified. And his son's name, this is so Venice, Talmage.
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 Oh, Talmage. Grab your sludge. It's dinner.
Talmage, I've blended up some lentils and broccoli for you.
Talmage, monitor your farts. Daddy wants to know about your farts.
He's like very, very American. Like he's from Utah.
I know, but this is just how rich people sound to me. But also his son is not into all this stuff. He's adopted a little bit of it, but like he's like, I'll chew my food. Thank you very much.
He's like, I think I'm just gonna like stir fry these veggies. So.
Yeah.
But he's eating veggies, so and
so
he's 17, so hey, yeah. Good for him.
I was eating chili cheese fries.
That's what I'm saying, man. Another side note, you know, I gotta like bring this up because we gotta look at all the sides here. Bryan Johnson has a former girlfriend who is currently suing him for being a fucking asshole and leaving her while she was dealing with stage 3 breast cancer. So
can you sue someone for that? I mean, like
it's like she's suing him over the fact that he was like kind of supporting her financially, like she had put her like career and stuff on hold to like
like they had an agreement, like he's like stop working, get well. No, like he said stop working and like do all the things for me, like be my like my little like girlfriend, like kept woman kind of situation. Have sex with me whenever I want to, like like gross stuff. The lawsuit is like goes into it, but so she's like and then I got cancer and he dumped me basically. And she had no ability to like go out and get a job while she's going through like chemo and like super intense, you know, shit to deal with her cancer. So it was pretty bad. But who knows? I'm not there's all that shit's just coming out. So because this story the reason I got interested in this guy is because a story by Bloomberg came out like a couple weeks ago, and it went kind of viral, like this whole story about this guy, because he is so uncanny valley looking, and the pictures that they use for the story are just like wow. You know, just the sheer amount of shit that he does, that he puts his body through to like keep it in optimal, you know, shape is so intense. So he looks like in some of the photos like an ad for Aquaphor like healing ointment or whatever. Or if anyone's seen Ace Ventura 2 and Jim Carrey comes out of the asshole of the rhinoceros and he's like very wet. He looks like that. Very, very viscously wet.
He just looks like an android from
Yeah.
like that. He just
he does.
from either Alien, like Michael Fassbender's character, or the other one from the original Alien, or the Data guy from Star Trek.
Yeah. Or like in the Matrix when they're in the pods. The slime pods.
Yes.
And they're like fully shaven and bald and they have no hair and they're like very pale. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Maybe he likes how he looks. Who's to say?
He also dyes his hair.
He does dye his hair and he gets injectables. Okay, I want to talk about this.
Okay, this is fascinating.
Okay, this is so fascinating because he might be pioneering. Well, he might be an early adopter of like a new filler that maybe all of Hollywood will have very shortly. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Most fillers that people get are just like a temporary Band-Aid on aging. It like puts chemicals in your skin and or like a substance in your skin, and then it like sits on top of your bone or whatever, like, and it puffs it up. But eventually your body breaks that down and it flattens back out again, so it's just temporary.
Like absorbs back into your body.
Yeah. So fillers can like go away, and depending on like your body, sometimes they last longer or shorter or whatever. Mm-hmm. And there could be problems with that, Mm-hmm. But BJ, Bryan Johnson, my man, ew, gross. No. He's doing what's been coined fat scaffolding. Love the term. So evocative. Where they're actually injecting fat molecules into his face to try and regenerate younger skin. So, yeah. But he had to have a fat donor because he does not have enough fat on his body. And so they can't take it from anywhere and put it in his face. So they have a anonymous fat donor. Wild.
Yeah, so they take, it's like they take fat from most people who are doing, like the early adopters who are doing this, like this.
Yeah. Who are trying this out because it's very new.
The fat scaffolding. Yeah.
Yeah. Scaffolding.
I mean, this is like this to me is like another win-win here. Like,
I know, because it's using your own fat in your own body to regenerate cells. It's like this fat is like building a bridge. Like say in your cheek, like people get fillers in their cheeks. That's where you lose your baby fat, and then as you usually like how it looks in your late 20s or early 30s, but you keep losing it.
That's people have been really up Anya Taylor-Joy's ass about her like cheeks like are sunken,
Yeah.
'Cause she's like a very small, tiny person, but they like think she like had like
the buccal fat removal.
I
know. Well, that is also happening because that's very on trend right now.
Yeah, but like I think she's just aging, But who's
could
to
be.
say?
Could be.
But people are being so like gross about it. But anyway,
of course. I mean, let people look how they want to look.
Exactly.
It is weird when people do these things for a trend. Like, oh, now it's trendy to have really big cheeks. Now it's trendy. Like, that's kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
But like maybe look like yourself, but a fresh version, Yeah. You don't need to change your whole face. But I don't know. Who's to say? So yeah, but that's what's cool about this is because it's not a filler. Your body doesn't digest it and like, absorb it and move it or whatever. It's your own fat. And so they're testing to see whether or not what they're doing is creating like bridging or scaffolding where it's like regenerating new cells in that area of fat like there used to be. So
wow,
it's like a transplant or something.
That's interesting.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
Like because then you would still have it. Like you would still need to get injections, but like it would last way longer because it would be your own cells like regenerating.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. It's
this
wild.
This is what I mean by this like this like body hacking kind of that like, is becoming so interesting to these like Silicon Valley people, these like super wealthy people who see the body as a machine that can possibly regenerate in certain ways.
Yeah.
So yeah.
it's also like, this is obviously very cosmetic what we're talking about, because he's testing it in his face and stuff. But when you think about how our bodies age and how we lose fat all over, and like how old people are very cold and stuff, you know, like body warmth and just like roundness and protection like of your joints and stuff, like you just think of how you start to lose that as you age.
Yeah, your body breaks down on a cellular level, like as you age. And so if this could possibly like bring some of that.
It could to multiple areas.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Very fascinating.
He said, he has a quote. So if you restore young, fat. Oh, no, this is a quote from his Dr. Zolman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He says, if you restore young fat level distribution throughout the whole body, you're going to have less toxic compounds being secreted and affecting the rest of the body. And you're going to have things like better heat control. If you had no fat, you'd be fucking dead. If you had no skin, you'd be fucking dead. These are not aesthetic organs. So his argument is like, yeah, this appears to be cosmetic, but it's not. Your whole skin is an organ.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like this. What we're doing here like could apply to the whole body, and it could help people in a lot of ways. So
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It is. Oh man.
Well, I don't know how you feel about all this. Like, it just raises a lot of questions for me. Like, one of the immediate ones is like, okay, like this could help people's quality of life, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
you have to be very wealthy right now anyway. And it feels like you always would have to be to access some of this like care.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, can't we focus on the quality of life for people first?
I know.
Before
like minimum wage.
Yeah, like, because what's the point of living longer?
Yes.
If life is fucking hard, you know what I mean? Which is going to age you anyway. So
I know.
You know,
so
like,
then you're just buying more time of like discomfort technically.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can. I know. This becomes like a whole aspirational thing.
The whole, you know, the whole thing behind this is just so much privilege. Like,
yeah.
It is a privilege. It's always been a privilege to age and to grow old.
Yes.
You know, to like be able to experience comfortably. Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, extending life, you know, on one hand is like a very noble pursuit to, you know, try to figure out and with your own body, you know, how to do that for people is, in his mind, I think like an altruistic pursuit,
but it's very egotistical at the same time.
But
like,
at the same time,
so.
it's like who maybe, you know, if you're not enjoying life to the fullest, which some would argue this man is absolutely not.
Absolutely not. This is what I wanted to say too. Like, is this a life worth living? You're paying millions of dollars to eat a gray sludge made of lentils and broccoli. Dude, when you could be out at like Michelin star restaurants eating vegan.
Yeah.
Like, you could still be having a vegan diet, but like eating food that actually tastes good, that you don't have to like gag down.
I would, to quote LCD Sound System, I wouldn't trade one stupid decision for another 5 years of life. Because that is living, my friend. And, you know, maybe it's like you can live and then you can, you know, enact the protocol and get those years back eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. It's just like, it's hard. Or like if you're like an older parent or something and you want to like be around longer for your kids, like I see the benefits of it, of course. Everybody wants to live forever deep down to some degree, but at the same time, it's like, what makes life beautiful is that you know that it's finite and you know that it's like it's bittersweet, you know, you have these, decades that you're full of vim and vigor, and then you're not.
Yeah, then
so,
you have quiet, restful time.
Get it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I get, and going back to my original question, is this guy just like, is he actually dedicating his body to science, or is he just zhuzhing up and justifying disordered eating with science? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
this is all very
like extreme control.
Yeah.
It's,
and for what? What if like one day he decides like he just is like, fuck this shit, and like goes and on a binge and eats.
Yeah.
Like
a grate of Cheetos, like hot Cheetos or something.
Yeah, like those blue Takis or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and then it just like creates all these ulcers because his body's not used to it, and then he dies anyway.
Yeah, it's like that thing of like what would kill a Victorian child, like a nerd's rope. Like what I like this would just explode him.
Oh my god!
Like he would just literally, like he would. Yeah. Spontaneously combust.
A Nashville hot chicken breakfast burrito.
He would, oh my God.
My God. He'd come in, he'd open it and it'd go poof in his face, like the smell, and he'd go, oh.
The Nest Cam in his colon would just shoot right out of his asshole.
It's just like trying to turn. It's like trying to get out of there before
it's like a Mars
the inevitable
rover.
Doom. Yeah.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna spend this bunch of money, you just better have like a magic school bus ass fucking camera in there, your like trolling through your insides.
This would be the thing, though. It becomes like MTV Challenge or whatever, and it's like, how fucked up can you get your shit in one day, and then how long does it take to, I'm not saying like binge drinking or anything, but I'm saying like just living a normal life for one day. How long is it going to take you? How much is that one day going to age you, and then how long does it take to get it back? Because if you could figure that out, that's the magic.
That's what I'm saying.
You
gotta have a cheat day.
Yeah. You got to have multiple cheat days. I got to have at least one a week. What are we talking here? I'm a multi-hundred millionaire. I'm almost a billionaire, and I can't even eat a fucking fillet of fish once in a while.
I have to go to bed at the same time every night, so I can't even like go to a fucking rave if I want to.
And can you even travel? Like, what about with like
you got to bring your whole fucking team of doctors?
Yeah, but also the time change must fucking age you.
That's true, dude. I'm saying this man, he has a whole entire like floor of his house dedicated. It's like a hospital.
Yeah.
So it's like, can you even leave? I don't know. Maybe he's just doing this for like the short term, just to like, I don't know. Like, what's the plan here? What's the plan?
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to live forever. I think.
Yeah.
We can all agree on that. So then it's just like, when does this, it just reminds me of like people who start, resolutions at the beginning of the year. They're like, I'm going to go to the gym every day. It's like, whatever. You get very fixated on living your life in a way that's very different from how you're doing it already. How long does it last? It's probably not going to last forever.
Well,
at some point he's going to want to eat a cheeseburger or a fucking French fry.
I think
at the very least.
I think this man has like gamified it, to the point where, like when you're, like you're balls deep in a game of some sort that you've just like dedicated so much time and energy to. Yeah. And if you like lost your work, you would be devastated.
Yeah.
I think the juice is like worth the squeeze for him in that regard. Like he has gone so far down the path that there's just no turning back for him. So
plus, like, you have so many people keeping you accountable, and you're paying out the wazoo for it. So like you want to do it.
$2 million and just on his body.
Yeah.
And that's not counting the like millions of dollars it costs to like, get it all started, like get his like whole second floor of his house set up to be a hospital wing, basically.
Oh my God.
So, this is, I like on one hand, good for him for being a fucking guinea pig and like, you know, we get all this like cool science shit. It's not snake oil per se, but on the other hand, it's like, God damn, dude, like, why do the biggest fucking dorks get to be billionaires and millionaires? It's not fair.
They're willing to record their farts. I don't know.
Yeah. Is that all?
Sell those jar farts.
Truly, I'm on the verge, okay?
Yeah, I think you should.
Who wants my jarred farts? Somebody out there does. Somebody out there does.
Somebody does, I think. It's like, you know, there's I don't know.
There's a market.
I just am thinking, like, I don't know why I was just thinking this, but it's like, how just a legacy he's leaving for his son, and how disinterested like kids are in what their parents do, you know, like especially in this day and age, like where you're not forced to do the same job as your parents.
Yeah.
And it's just so interesting, and I am just so curious what it's like to like live as a 17-year-old in that household in like this like he's gonna have some issues.
He has 3 kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
why did I only know about Talmage?
Because Talmage is like there with him. I don't know what the other 2 kids are doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Hopefully they're.
I don't know.
With their other parent, who's ideally more normal. Talmage, put a wet fart in the wet fart column. I just had one.
I have it in this jar here.
Talmage, get my fart jar.
It's ready for categorization. I don't know why he has
I have to categorize my farts.
My farts are ready for collection. Talmage.
I shat in this jar. I thought it was a fart. It was a turd.
It's for the stool collection jar now.
Yeah, organize its stool, not fart. Can you remove the fart from the jar so we can send the fart for analysis and the stool for a separate analysis?
Oh my God. Talmage.
Where are you, son?
Dad, shut the fuck up.
Dad, I'm doing my homework. God.
I'm on the phone with somebody I like. God damn it.
God damn it. Talmage, did your dad just say to grab the fart jar?
Poor Talmage.
Poor Talmage.
I hope he's
only
doing
17. Great. I know. I hope he moves out when he's 18. Or if he's into it, then I hope he's into it.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, well, Talmage, I hope you're doing great. You guys, thanks for listening. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Go look at pictures of this man and let us know what you think.
He's shiny.
He's very shiny, very waxy.
Yeah. High and toit.
High and toit. That's what he looks like. Without the neck roll, without the double chin that I have.
Talmage.
Talmage.
The jar, son.
Get the fart jar.
Talmage, eat your gray sludge or you get no dessert farts.
Dessert farts. Oh, he eats chocolate for dessert, which is...
I did see, yeah. Because it has health benefits. I think he's really doing some mental gymnastics.
Yeah, he's like, I need something. I need something.
Like, I need lithium. Really good for you.
I need lithium and I need chocolate.
Actually, this has 5 layers and they're all different, so that's why it's good for you. It's the most I glazed over. I was like, I don't know. Well, this man is just making shit up.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go eat some chocolate now because.
Oh, I might too.
I'm into it. All right. Well, follow us on social media at DTFU Podcast everywhere. Make sure you rate, review, all that stuff.
That's great.
We're on YouTube, and you can watch us on Spotify also if you want to see what we look like. If you want to see the weird faces we just made.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, we were pulling our skin, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
But someone DM'd us on Instagram with like a picture of them. It's like they're watching us like in their living room on their TV. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so wild. It's very fun and exciting.
I love that.
Yeah. But I'm glad people take advantage of that.
Oh my God, now I'm like embarrassed a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I get that feeling sometimes.
Oh well. Put it in the drawer in the back of my mind.
It's gone, baby.
It's in my Talmage drawer.
Put it next to my Talmage.
Put it next to the Fatchas.
My Talmage drawer. Can you get my Talmage and call the chauffeur? I'm going out.
Can you get the Talmage kaftan? I want to wear that tonight. Thank you.
Oh, I'm out of Talmage cream. Hey, Alexa, add Talmage cream to my shopping list. So many things.
It just reminded me of another thing about this man. I just remembered he does this pelvic floor exercise that's for like, it's like basically
for women.
Yeah, well, yeah, for women who like need their pelvic floor repaired.
Why is he doing it?
Because he doesn't want to like, because he's like a dude who has, prostate gets weaker and stuff as you get older.
Yeah.
So he does like pelvic floor shit.
Oh wow.
With like a machine that like thumps his undercarriage basically. I don't know. He gets his undercarriage like thumped by a fucking machine to strengthen his pelvic floor.
Like just like hit?
I don't know.
Okay, because I'm picturing like something that goes in and then he has to grip really tight. Okay, like a butt plug that's on a machine or something, and it's like cranking and it gets tighter and tighter, and you have to hold on harder and harder.
I don't know. Like a Benoit balls kind of situation?
Yeah, or like a like a carnival game where you have to hold on as it like electric shocks you, and you have to see how long you could hold on.
I think
like
it's
that
like,
with your.
I think it's like something like that, but I don't know. It's like it's doing something to his undercarriage. So anyway,
good for him.
I just thought of that like Talmage, like maybe that's like French for taint. I don't know. I'm sorry, Talmage. You're great.
Oh my God. It taped my tail and it taped my dick fromage. That's rude.
Oh my God. Oh, you guys, we gotta go. All
right.
Thanks for listening. If you made it this far. All right. Stay excellent to yourselves
and your Talmage. Bye bye.